ifs indent.
Oh, Ronan, did you do the function call like we did?
Yeah, he's did a function
That's
call.
not how function calls work. I guess it works.
What do you mean?
That's a weird function call.
What is?
Because it just says, go to the function and then use the variable sad. Which isn't even spelled right.
It doesn't say sad.
Oh, it
It
does
says
say
sad.
sad.
It says said.
Yeah.
There is an A. But, yeah, it says sad, dude.
Okay.
Sad equals nothing. So,
Oh no. It should be it should just print something. It shouldn't be a Where's your else? You don't even have an else, do you?
Yeah, I do.
Not on the version that's in the server.
I have an else. It's right here. I ran it multiple times, and it's in the server, definitely.
Are you sure? Because I pulled something out of the server and it's not accurate.
Well, it's my else is right here.
I'm just gonna try to reload it.
Ronan, what is it called?
It's called like
G-Sheet chat.
G-Sheet
Okay.
chat.
Chat.py.
I'm gonna pull it again to see if it updates to it.
If chat.
Yeet.
Yes.
I still don't see it else. Are there little childs in the background of somebody's?
Most of the likely.
Who
Well,
has little childs?
Mine. Calvin's watching YouTube.
Oh.
oh no.
Oh no. Right here. Oh.
Oh no. No,
I like that meme. That's weird. It doesn't. It like actually really doesn't do the if. That's super weird.
I know. It just skips the if and goes right to the else.
Here, I'm gonna.
Yeah, so the if is probably invalid syntax if it just goes. If it goes
Oh,
to the
I got the
else,
else.
it means the if wasn't activated. If it doesn't go to the else, it means the if was activated.
Oh, shoot. That's a lot
I think
of
it actually would go to the else.
What were you guys yelling
Go to
about?
the else.
Oh, Eli's on.
on.
Eli.
So, Eli, we're making the chat program, as you heard. So, Ronan got all the syntax errors worked out, so you can just grab his program from his side of the server, and then that's what we're all trying to.
What do you need? What do you need me to do?
Just go to
I don't know why do you need me in your thing right now?
This is
the group homework chat program you guys are supposed to be working on, remember?
I don't remember this being like an actual thing we were doing. I remembered like the two Ethans and Soren were going to get on today.
You know, from what we talked about at the end of class yesterday was that the homework was going to be a group project and you have to figure it out together, and you guys decided on today.
Well, it's going to take more than just today.
Well, I never said anything about that.
I have to like really just go and by like 3:20, so we're gonna have to do like another day or something, or
Yeah.
One
I
day.
don't know. Maybe we can work on this by ourselves, and then we can come back to the group and see if we figured it out. Because I think we all have the idea of what it's supposed to be, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
The concept of what we're working on it together, remember?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but
like in the real work world, when you work on programs, you guys work on stuff together. But if you're having trouble, you guys can troubleshoot the problems together.
So real quick,
Um,
I don't know if this has already been a thing. Something is either wrong with Notepad or something is wrong with the code because it totally skipped the if and went straight to the else. So I have no idea what's going on.
Well, no,
your
what
code.
I want Chris to do is look at this and see if this will actually work, if it's the right format. I don't know if it
Whose
is.
code?
Any of them. They're all the same.
yours.
I had that error, I think, and I forgot how I solved. I don't know what I did, but I did something, and now it's a different error. So
All right,
You did
well,
something right.
you changed something. So where's your if statement, Ethan, too?
My if statement just something. I don't know.
You said it skips the if.
Yeah,
And it
just-
goes
I
to the
just
else.
had an if, and then I looked over at Putty and started working with Putty, and now it's gone. Maybe I pressed like enter and deleted it. So it's supposed to go if equals if equals and then a bunch of values inside of those parentheses that may work. Oh,
What are you trying to do? Are you doing input verification?
no, we just want it to run the if one of these things inside of this works.
Chris,
Well,
it's Lauren. I don't understand the error. I'm getting it's like value error, invalid
You need to
literal.
check your syntax, Ethan, too. You got some syntax funkiness going on there that I don't want to tell you what's wrong, but that's not you
That
don't
was-
you
that
can't
was
just, you
different.
can't just do an if equal.
Uh-huh. Oh, you can't?
No, that says if nothing equals nothing is basically what your if statement says there.
Oh.
mine says if the variable equals
Oh, yeah.
equals
Oh,
It's
all of those.
yeah.
supposed to be
I'm
if
gonna check mine to see if I
and
did
then
that.
that's a raw
Nope.
input.
Well,
I
no,
didn't-
not chat. Whatever the raw input is, so that would be check up there, up above, because you can't use chat.
Yeah, chat. It'd have to be like chat one. It can't be. I can't use chat. You're right.
So then you would do
Well, you're taking that said equals raw input, so that user input needs to be prior to the if you're doing an if statement based
Yeah.
on the input that's coming
That's
in.
what it was supposed to be, but I accidentally deleted this part up until here. Now I'm trying to put it back in.
Control Z.
And if chat one equals that stuff, that's not proper organization on your code. So if you go back and look at your notes and look at your previous programs, you should have the example of what it's supposed to look like. But the goal of this project is not for me to tell you what's right and what's wrong. It's for you guys to work as a team together and problem solve based on the knowledge you've gathered over the last month.
Okay, you guys. Personally, I don't know what's wrong with my code. I've looked at it and I can't find
Where did
anything.
Elijah go?
I think you left.
He
I don't know.
died. Okay, so I think what we should probably start over from the beginning and try again.
No, we're
no.
making progress. And like we said, Ronan got all of the things out of it, so we're using his, not your program, because he already got all the syntax error problems.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Now we're having issues with the if.
Yeah, it's just skipping right over it.
Which if?
The one. If you look at my screen, it's right. It's just skipping right over this and going right to the else.
Oh, Chris, I think I figured it out.
Why you're saying if check equals stuff inside those parentheses? I don't believe that's proper syntax.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't think that's the right syntax. I don't know what the right
You
syntax is.
go back and look at the project where we did user input verification, because that should
What
have
would
that
that
on.
be, Gemini?
And typically, you're adding a bunch of stuff in there, like yes, why, et cetera, et cetera. Your easiest method there is going to be a Y or an N. And then all you have to do is do user input verification, just like we did, for example, with the grid coordinate system, where you can do A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, but then just have your option be Y or N. You have that code.
Yes, we
Then
do.
you have that process. It's the same thing. That's why this was
Oh,
supposed to be a good.
I think
It's skipping over that if
Wait a minute.
because that if is invalid and doesn't count for anything.
I noticed something in Rowan's code.
What?
He forgot to put a colon after the else. I don't know if that'll do anything.
No, I didn't.
I see a colon.
No, he didn't. Refresh it.
No.
Actually, if he forgot the colon, then it wouldn't even register the else.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So what that function to me is telling me is it's the function is inputting your variable SAID, which I'm guessing is supposed to be said, check equals raw input, and then you're asking the user, do you want to say something, Y or N? If check equals Y, then input from the user said raw equals what do you want to say, said else just print out okay if it's N, and then return chat, but then what do you do with said? What's chat? There is no variable chat that's even there to be returned.
Okay, I looked through the errors and it said there was an error.
I gotta go. I can't.
I'm
Like,
looking at
I
Ronan's.
had 3. I can't stay any longer than this.
All right, then as a group, you guys need to figure out a time to come back together. Just like when you're in high school or when you're in college working on projects like this, as a group, you guys need to determine how to approach the problem and find times when you guys are available to work together to fix this problem. Okay?
I looked at it
All
being
of the
Monday?
information, hey, everybody listen, all of the information that's necessary to solve this problem is in your notes and in the previous programs. We've done this. It's even the best way to check what's wrong with that particular function is to look at the homework, a YouTube video where I specifically went over user input verification. Okay?
So when you guys want to
Go
meet
through and
next?
check details. Don't just go crazy on it. Okay, I'm gonna get off. You guys figure it out on your own then.
Okay.
Okay? This is your
Bye.
homework project. It's supposed to be a group project.
When do you guys want to like come back?
Yeah.
I was
I
not
don't
thinking
think
you could do Monday.
no one has any constraints on time.
Until then, I kind of think it would be a good idea to assign homework, and instead of doing this weird if chat equals though like any of these things, we should do if chat equals and then like just Y, and then before that the homework should be actually making the user input thing that we used for enemy select.
So
I mean-
when do you guys want to meet next? Like I'm thinking Monday.
Well, Ethan,
Well, we have to have it done by
Tuesday.
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 Ethan,
Probably tomorrow.
we shouldn't assign a
How
homework.
about Friday?
Sure.
Friday.
Wait, today is Friday.
Yeah.
So tomorrow. It's Saturday.
Saturday?
Saturday? When?
Yeah.
Starting at 1 until up to 3, but we end earlier, okay?
Okay.
One. So at
1
one
till up
tomorrow.
to 3. Tomorrow, 1 till up to 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
But Ethan, I don't think we should assign homework because the whole point of this project is to work as a team.
I agree with Ronan.
Ditto.
But it takes too long to do that stuff, and it's stuff we already know how to do and we've done before.
Look at some of the homework videos. That's what Chris suggested.
Yeah.
Okay. how about that's our actual like homework part?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we could just watch
Yeah,
the
the
video.
process is supposed to be working on it together, not just going it and doing it on your own and then coming back together. You guys are going through the process. The process is supposed to be working through the things together.
Mm-hmm.
So we could
Well,
just
we're
watch
just gonna
the
watch the
videos.
video.
We could just watch the
Right.
videos alone at home, and then on Saturday at 1 up to 3, we will try and fix it.
Okay.
That's a
And
good
then-
idea. And then from that video, take some notes of what you might have observed and what is different than what you're doing. A big portion of this project is not just doing the code, it's the problem solving process. The problem solving process sometimes actually ends up being more valuable when you're figuring out how to figure something out, make a robot, or write a program that does something that you needed to do. The problem solving process can be more valuable than the actual code syntax. Once you get the code syntax down, like you guys know how to do coding, you just need to go back and do it properly and do it slow enough where you're not making crazy mistakes. I would simplify as much as possible, make things very simple, wire in, and get everything functioning the way you want it to function, and then add complexities once everything functions properly with a new file name so you don't screw up the operational code.
Okay.
Understand?
Yep.
And then if things have problems, just comment out certain pieces and work your way back to where it was functioning properly, and then start uncommenting and then work your way back up to where it's supposed to be, find the problem. The whole thing is supposed to be a problem solving process, just like when we're dealing with program stuff with the VEX IQ systems or engineering the robot, et cetera, et cetera. Everything's problem solving. This is all we're doing right now. This is just problem solving. You have the knowledge based on everything we've learned over the last month. Just do the proper problem solving together as a team. Working together as a team makes it even more difficult. That's the point.
Okay.
Okay? So I think Ronan and Soren is on the good track there of going back and looking at the homework, figuring out what's going on, and then coming back together and doing some brainstorming, okay?
Okay. Bye.
So-
But Elijah's supposed to be involved as well, so make sure you contact Elijah and make sure he's on board for Saturday.
Okay.
Ethan, you have his number. You need to do that.
Yes, I will like annoy him as much as I can and try to make him do it.
I'm trying to get
Well, the goal is not to annoy him, is to work together as a team, guys.
Well,
Yeah,
I
You guys
know.
are, the point here is you guys are a programming team, and you guys need to not overrule each other, but work together.
Okay. So
Okay.
so I guess maybe try and get him up to speed on what we're doing.
Yes, set a tentative time and date, which it sounds like you guys want to do tomorrow at such and such a time. Verify that with him, and then verify with everybody else that's the time that you're going to move forward. Everyone should know clearly what time and what day you guys are getting together next, so you don't waste time. And
What
Ethan,
time
too,
at
you
one?
can't be bothering people an hour before everybody's supposed to be meeting, because it just creates more problem.
So do it
Okay.
sometime. So we're going tomorrow at 1.
Yeah.
Tomorrow at 1.
Okay.
You guys
Bye,
decide
guys,
that
then.
timeline together and amongst each other.
Okay.
Okay.
See you
Okay.
guys.
See
All right,
ya.
bye. Message me if you need things.
Yep. See you then, guys.
Bye.
Bye.